Hello everybody and welcome back to SVR 11 Universe. This is the final Raw before WrestleMania. We got a very interesting first match on our hands as Wade Barrett, the United States Champion, is going to face off for the first time ever with his own tag team partner, the other half of the Nexus, Justin Gabriel. At WrestleMania, they will face off for the United States Championship as well as David Otunga and Kane. The Nexus could be ripped apart, which I think was McMahon's plan all along when he made this four-way, to be honest. I think he's sick of this situation. He's sick of the injustice that they've caused to get that championship around the waist of Wade Barrett. And he's doing everything in his power to maybe rip them apart. Wade Barrett expecting Justin Gabriel, he might get something else. No way! Oh my god! Justin Gabriel, I think, just turned his back on the Nexus as well.
This is it. These two superstars will test each other's will to determine who the best.
Well, I don't think that's what Wade Barrett was anticipating. Justin Gabriel has done this the last, like, 2 matches he's been involved in, but I don't think that Barrett, of all people, was expecting to see Gabriel do it to him.
Huge move by Justin Gabriel. Wow.
He managed to get the 450, but this is weird. Justin Gabriel with a quick cheap shot to Wade Barrett, and I think we might have just seen a little bit more of the end of the Nexus. That might have just come 6 days early for McMahon. That was the plan all along, I think. It was to put these two against each other and hope that these two split. They're the last remaining part of that trio. A trio that came in with the intention of taking over Monday nights and injuring everyone in their way. They only really got to Kane in the end, and it looks like we might already be saying goodbye to them.
This young man, Wade Barrett, is so dangerous, both physically and mentally.
What a backbreaker. Really broke his back on that one.
How fast is this guy anyway?
Meow.
Total disruption. He might not know where he is right now.
Well, anyway, this is, as I said before, the final Raw before WrestleMania. We are getting incredibly close to it now. I'm really hoping that we'll reach it sooner than later, because I've been looking forward to it big time. I believe you guys voted on a TLC match for the United States Championship. I said it was going to be a viewer's choice match. Justin Gabriel will stop at nothing.
If he keeps this up, this could be over quick. What can Wade Barrett do to win this one, King? Well, he's got to find a way to use his size advantage and start to outmuscle his opponent.
Whoa, where's the color going? Uh-oh, I think my component cables are coming loose.
I got a feeling Gabriel's all
The arena got really cold all of a sudden. Don't worry, I'll fix it. I'm just sorry if it goes a little more bluey red. Must be the green cable that's come loose. Just a second, guys. Just a second. Whoa. Yeah, that was very loose, wasn't it? Did you guys see that? I'm sure you did. That wasn't very normal. The joys of recording off of the PS3. You get component cable problems. Don't worry, when WWE 12 comes out, I'll be switching back to Xbox 360. As it turns out, I'm going to need to, because the DLC isn't purchasable anymore in 2K14. And you can still get it in 12 and 13, but obviously the catch with that is it costs more to get the DLC for 12 and 13 on the PS3. It's going to cost me more to do that than it's going to cost me to just buy the 360 version used, because I've already got all the DLC on that. So I'm just going to suck it up and go for the 360 version. It's a bit like when we get to 2K16. Oh, wow, that was not what I meant to do. When we get to 2K16, I'm going to have to I'm gonna have to do that one on the Xbox One, because that's what I originally did that series on. And the DLC is no longer purchasable for 2K16. For some reason, that's gone to... I don't know why they take it down so fast when 12 and 13s and 11s are still up, but whatever. Well, except for the first pack. The first pack of 11s isn't still up. Well, I'll tell you what, when we heard that Justin Gabriel was going to fight Wade Barrett, I think a lot of people were expecting something a la finger poke of doom. What we weren't expecting was a competitive battle in which Justin Gabriel gets a victory over Wade Barrett. I think that might be the last time we ever see either one of these men wearing that N on their arm. I think it's safe to say that the Nexus has been and done. It is dead. Justin Gabriel just put the final nail in the coffin by not only attacking Wade Barrett before the match, but striking him with a steel chair during the match, and then getting the victory over his former leader. Very safe to say the Nexus has come to an end, and Justin Gabriel is thinking about Justin Gabriel heading into WrestleMania. Well, the WrestleMania card is all but set, and we have got a Divas Championship match to be announced. But first I'll let this one get introduced. Well, with the recent departure of Gail Kim, the Raw Women's Division has taken a small hit as it's gone from a roster of 7 to a roster of 6. However, there is a plus to this because I can now confirm that at WrestleMania, all 6 women will be in action for the Divas Championship. We are going to have a pinfall or submission only 6-woman battle royal for the Divas Championship. Melina is going to defend that championship against every single woman on the Raw roster. So we're going to see some competition from 2 people that have barely been featured since the inception of the women's division. So it'll be Kelly up against Alicia Fox. These 2 will be competing this Sunday at WrestleMania in the women's, well, Divas Championship, sorry, Battle Royal. One way to make sure that everybody gets an equal opportunity. And I feel like this is the perfect time to talk about the WrestleMania card. For those that have not been able to keep up, maybe you can drop below in the comments which match you are most looking forward to. So first up, talking about the Raw brand, we have obviously got the Divas Championship Battle Royal, which I've just mentioned, which, in case you're wondering about the participants, that will be Kelly, Alicia Fox, Melina, Natalya, Mickie James, and one of the Bellas, I want to say Brie. Who cares? They'll also be in it. And then we've also got, coming up from Raw, a World Tag Team Championship match. This match has got a bonus stipulation added to it. Celtic Cross versus the Hart Dynasty one more time. The first ever World Tag Team Champions versus the current champions in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the World Tag Team Championship. That's going to be very interesting. The first ever tag team 2 out of 3 falls match within the series. From the... Oh, that's the wrong button. I'm thinking of the later controls. From the mid-tier range overall, we've also got the the United States Championship, which, as I just mentioned in the previous match, will be a 4-way matchup between the likes of the 3 former Nexus members, David Otunga, Justin Gabriel, and the champion Wade Barrett, as well as the former United States champion, the Big Red Machine, Kane, all facing off in one big 4-way match that you guys voted as a TLC match to determine who will be walking away with the United States Championship. Of course, I forgot to mention as well from Raw, the Cruiserweight Championship will be on the line, as Zack Ryder will go one-on-one with Chavo Guerrero. They are going to have a small challenge to, not tomorrow, Thursday on ECW. Between the 2 of them, where they are both going to compete in a singles match against a SmackDown superstar, and the guy who either wins or gets the best time, so kind of like a mini beat the clock, but only for 2 matches, will then get to determine what stipulation Zack Ryder and Chavo Guerrero will face off in for the Cruiserweight Championship come WrestleMania. We've also got the WWE Championship match, which is, of course, a 4-way elimination matchup. Shawn Michaels defending against the 2010 Royal Rumble winner Christian, as well as the former champion Triple H, and one of the most unstoppable forces on Raw today, Batista. Those two will be competing in the main event of Raw, by the way. From ECW, you can look forward to Rob Van Dam going one-on-one with Ezekiel Jackson in an Extreme Rules match. That's going to be an interesting ECW Championship match for sure, after Rob Van Dam became the first guy to pin Ezekiel Jackson since winning the ECW Championship. And then from SmackDown, you can look forward to a Women's Championship match to be determined, and a WWE Tag Team / Intercontinental Championship Tag Team match. Winner takes all. Edge and Jericho up against Show Miz. If Edge and Jericho win, Jericho will also win the Intercontinental Championship all in one, which is pretty massive. Does she have any other taunts? And then the World Heavyweight Championship. That's going to be The Undertaker defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton. And you're hearing it here first on Raw, the brand that is not the host of that match. That World Heavyweight title match is going to be inside Hell in a Cell to make sure that there is no interference from Cody Rhodes or Ted DiBiase, and also because it's a fitting end to the rivalry of Randy Orton and The Undertaker, whilst also being the first time that the two have actually faced off one-on-one. I think that's pretty much everything, unless Teddy Long manages to get the $1 million title off of DiBiase, in which case I'm sure we'll probably get a bonus $1 million title match at WrestleMania. And of course, on top of all that, one thing I did forget to mention is that the Money in the Bank ladder match will take place at WrestleMania. What a stacked show, so many matches. Money in the Bank ladder match will take place, which will be 6 superstars to be determined. Could be a current reigning champion for all we know. I don't think world champions are eligible, but every other champion is. Anyone is eligible other than the current world champions or the contenders for the world championships. And it's going to be a Money in the Bank ladder match to determine the first ever Mr. Money in the Bank. So that's going to be a very interesting little situation on our hands there. Potentially 3 superstars from SmackDown and Raw, potentially more than that from one brand than the other, I don't know. I will say this right here has been an incredibly competitive match though. And Alicia Fox seems to be very much all forehead. So now I actually have to pay attention to this match. Damn, that's not fun. I was hoping that my ramble would cover like all of it. The first ever WrestleMania is going to be a big one, that's for sure. And one of these two could be the next Divas champion. It's so hard to say.
I can't believe everything that's transpired thus far. It's been so physical. Ouch! Alicia took all of that. Telegraphed, and Alicia comes up with a counter. The force, my God! Oh man!
I gotta say, based on the outfits, I think I picked the wrong one to control. I like Alicia Fox's white and blue. I don't even remember making it, but I like it. Just purple / yellow. Not really feeling it so very much. I made the wrong choice. That's okay. Alicia Fox seems pretty determined to beat me anyway, so... Pinner! Everybody knows elbow drops equal wins. What a ref ass! Glorious HD. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker? As a finish? Where are you going?
Alicia's going back up.
Why is she going back up?
Elbow drop.
What's she trying to prove?
That'll cause some damage.
You did the finish. Go for the pin. There you go. Well done. I'm actually having a few button mash. My god, that's a hard system to kick out with. I was done with that match, not gonna lie. I was gonna try and let Kelly get a win, but she's really bad. That could be your next Divas champion this Sunday when she competes against 4 other women including the current reigning Divas Champion, Melina. That Battle Royal is coming your way this Sunday. Don't miss it on the YouTube pre-show, because that's where Battle Royals go. Well done, I guess. Let's move on. While MVP says that this is the beginning of a bit of momentum for him, it's now time to take that ball and go the full distance.
From Miami, Florida, weighing 259 pounds, Montel Vontavious Porter, otherwise known as
MVP is laying it all on the line for the second time. He says that, yeah, he got a victory over Santino in ECW, but what does that mean for MVP? He wants to be proven as a worthy competitor for the Money in the Bank ladder match. So MVP has once again come out here, putting himself in the same predicament he did at ECW a few weeks ago that earned him his first ever victory over Santino. He is putting all the pressure on. MVP has said if he doesn't win this match tonight, he's done. He's quitting. He needs to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and the only way he's going to get in there is with a little bit of momentum. That's what you require to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. That is MVP's only chance of making it big. He knows his contract's coming up soon, so it's up to him on whether he renews or not, and right now he's putting it all on the line in this match. I will say this is a very risky move for MVP. He got one victory over Santino Marella to go against the guy that is literally ranked as one of the top dogs on Raw. Had multiple great WWE Championship matches. A very, very risky move. Arguably yet another guy who really belongs in the WWE Championship picture with Triple H and Shawn Michaels, two people he was very involved with at the end of last year. Has multiple victories over. But obviously he began to focus a little more on his team with Regal, and for that you can't really fault the guy. This is going to be a very interesting matchup between these two. Say Money in the Bank ladder match. Very interesting concept. The first ever Money in the Bank ladder match. For those that don't know, you'll have a contract that you can cash in for 1 full year on any championship of your choosing, but evidently most people, I'd imagine, all people even, will be using it on the world title. And that is what it's all about for these guys. And obviously Jack Swagger, he's another guy who I think would really benefit from Money in the Bank. In fact, Money in the Bank might be the thing that secures this guy a world championship, because I could see Jack Swagger 100% being in a Money in the Bank ladder match and winning.
There's the arrogance of the all-American American. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the longest running.
This is a really risky game that MVP is playing to keep laying his career on the line like this. Admittedly, only the second time he's done it. But, still a dangerous game. I understand that maybe he felt the pressure on him was what helped him get that victory over Santino. That was what helped motivate him.
Wearing down the arm. And MVP gets out of harm's way. He almost took his head off with that lariat.
If there's one thing I'm looking forward to most this week in Universe, other than WrestleMania, of course, it's that $1 Million Championship Battle Royal that is coming your way on SmackDown. Teddy Long has been given the right to put DiBiase in a match of his choice for the $1 Million title, because DiBiase was certain he could beat The Undertaker, and he failed. And he's a man of his word, so he is going to defend that $1 Million title. And it's going to be an all-out battle for the $1 Million title. One thing that's been made certain is that Teddy Long will do everything he can to get that belt off of DiBiase, which is why that match has been made, at least confirmed so far, a 6-man battle royal. Who the other 5 men are going to be is going to be a very interesting one. He doesn't do the ankle lock yet.
Swagger.
This is not looking good for MVP. We could be looking at the end of someone's career. Yeah, fight like your career depends. Oh no.
Swagger caught him with the gut.
Like your career depends on it, because it does.
Get the 3 count right here. 1, 2, 3. Jack Swagger wins.
Oh, that's got a sting. MVP suffers what he says will be his final loss.
Here is your winner, the All-American American, Jack Swagger.
I don't know what to say. MVP suffered his loss, and I think we've seen the last of him now. That's got to be it. He said he was going to put his career up for grabs. He was gonna walk if he couldn't win, and he couldn't win. So I think we've just seen the last of MVP. A real shame. What a sudden way to go down. Congrats to Swagger, though, I guess. Well, this is it. The final Raw main event. This could be the theme song you start hearing on SmackDowns starting next week, because the draft is coming up right after WrestleMania. Right now, the game coming out to Raw to face Batista one-on-one. Well, Triple H, the former WWE champion, the first ever WWE champion, was dethroned of his championship at Elimination Chamber 4 weeks ago when Batista pinned him to eliminate him from the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match. Batista has made it clear that there are two things that he wants, and that is to hurt and torture and batter Triple H as much as possible, and to be named the WWE Champion. Those two things are Batista's priorities. We don't know why Batista has this issue with Triple H. Don't know where it comes from, why he has it, why he's so focused on it. But it has led to both of these two men being added to what was initially supposed to be the main event you saw last week on Raw between Shawn Michaels and Christian. Has led to this moment. These two squaring off one-on-one before they compete for the WWE Championship in a massive elimination WWE Championship match at WrestleMania.
And his opponent from Washington, D.C., weighing 290 pounds, Batista.
Batista comes out here tonight having already retired someone. And those who don't know, I'm talking about Mike Knox. Was so beaten, so battered, that he has decided to just call it a day and exit the company. Said he was sick of his treatment, sick of his position, and he's sick of people like Batista coming out and stepping all over him. Mike Knox is someone that, you look at him size and stature wise, really shouldn't be taken lightly. Not only did Batista take him lightly, but he absolutely annihilated him. Triple H is in for a real tough challenge on the final Raw before WrestleMania, and it'll be interesting to see if either of these two are on Raw post-draft. Obviously, the world champions are not draftable. Or at least I would imagine they're not. They might be. I don't know, actually. Hasn't really been established.
I mean, these guys can't stand each other. Look at this. Oh, it doesn't get more punishing than that.
Of course, this is going to be an all-out battle between these two. I thought Christian versus Shawn Michaels last week was a fantastic main event. Really showed what both men were capable of. The only issue that I have with it was the politics that were played. The fact that Christian defeated Shawn Michaels only to have the match restart. Find it interesting that, to my memory, Triple H never once showed his face in Shawn Michaels' match. He allowed his partner to suffer that loss to Christian. I think he actually came out afterwards, though. I think he came out for the restart. I might be wrong. Obviously not taking Triple H very seriously. Don't think we'd expect any less from Batista, though. We never really thought he was gonna show any respect to Triple H. Made it quite clear that's something he does not have. Nice simple back and forth. The last time these two faced off, Batista hit Triple H with, I think, a grand total of maybe 3 Batista bombs. And I mean one-on-one. I'm not talking about that tag team match where Triple H used a sledgehammer to get the win.
Batista into the headlock. The game's in trouble.
I'm talking like genuinely the last time that these two actually had a one-on-one match. I think Batista damn near injured the WWE champion.
I don't know if he got all of that one, but he got enough. Here he comes. Axe handle. And there's a hard right hand.
Well, this is awkward.
Look at this.
Can't wait until there's more moves to do in a match. Look forward to that.
Launching himself off the ropes. Batista.
How much is it going to bruise the ego of either one of these guys if they go down to a single finishing move after the battles that they've had? Wow. I mean, that's one way to put your opponent out. That could be all it takes. It wasn't, thankfully.
Batista loves to keep his opponents close, dominating them with his tremendous strength.
Wow, Triple H just loves that reversal.
Batista controlling the arm. Watch it. That was like a freight train. What an incredible main event this has been. The game goes behind. He saw that one coming. Batista controlling the waist. A suplex like that takes a lot of power and delivers a lot of impact.
Just continues to waste time in this match. That might be Batista's downfall, actually. That might be what lets Triple H finally get that first clean victory over Batista, is the fact that Batista's gone from wanting to hurt Triple H to taking him incredibly lightly. Yeah, these two have been facing off since the inception of this series. It was the WWE Championship Scramble where Batista was first introduced to Triple H, as well as obviously Shawn Michaels, Jack Swagger, and Sheamus, in a match that saw Triple H become the first ever WWE Champion. Obviously, Batista has never agreed with that outcome. There's one thing that we know Batista takes extremely personally. It's the fact that Shawn Michaels is now the WWE Champion and not him. After all, Batista believes it was his doing that Triple H isn't the champion. His doing that someone like Kane didn't make it through the match. Because Batista did deal a lot of damage and quite a few eliminations in that match. He's definitely the main guy on Raw in terms of like a fear factor. I have to say, putting the two side by side, I'd actually put him above Triple H, which is obviously backed by the fact that Triple H has gotten next to no offense in this match.
Batista has the headlock.
Every time he takes control for even a second, Batista finds a way out of it.
At what point, King,
Just
do
like
those
this.
thoughts creep in of, what do I have to do to put this submission locked in? And this
Triple H locked in the bear hug.
He's still going.
Oh, very nice reversal.
And the knuckles connect. Oh my, just raw.
Wasn't quite expecting a random DDT actually. Part of me thought he was just going to tap.
Center of the ring.
Figure 4.
Just a dominating display.
Yeah, I think we could see a lot of punishment inflicted here.
The game into the headlock. Good in-ring presence shown by the game.
Oh, did you see the neck snap back?
Well, this has been very competitive now. Suddenly we're actually seeing Triple H get involved in the match. Perhaps he's tired of being humiliated.
Controlling the head.
You know, you might think the strategy when facing Batista is to stay away from the power of the animal. But the fact is, that's just not realistic. I mean, that's what Batista is all about.
Oh, very nice.
And there's
Okay.
a spear by Batista. Batista showing the WWE Universe his rage.
Well, this doesn't surprise me. As I said before, Triple H, I don't recall having the back of Michaels very strongly. But of course, when the shoe is on the other foot, even as the WWE Champion, it is still Michaels doing Triple H's bidding.
That should do it right there.
He's got him down for the pin. Turn around, ref.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Batista, a multi-time world champion, a Royal Rumble winner, and arguably the most feared man in the WWE.
Oh,
Once again, DX try to screw someone. I just don't know who to side with. Batista's not exactly been a very good person, but Triple H, he's not exactly been a very honorable superstar himself. And Christian's not exactly been the most respectable. I guess realistically, the best guy in all of this is mostly Shawn Michaels, and I only can say mostly because look what he's doing right now.
hits the ground. You have to respect the confidence and poise Triple H is showing.
The game has the headlock.
Batista can bench press.
This could do it.
Batista can bench press. I think that Triple H would have been done off of that very first Batista bomb.
And he's decided to take on all comers.
And that this has just kind of become a bit of a 2-on-1 situation now.
Good in-ring presence shown by the game. Batista.
Referee's down. That's when Batista thrives.
Anyone has ever
I mean, that's when Triple H thrives. Sorry, my bad.
Oh yeah, the game just loves. to
Oh,
stir the
Batista! Revenge!
obvious that he'll stop at nothing to win here tonight.
Well, there you go. That is a little bit of payback for what happened all those weeks ago.
Batista goes behind.
Triple H has taken a sledgehammer to the gut. Still standing, though, of course.
Batista
It is
said
Triple
it's
H.
my birthright to be champion.
Of course he's going to
Everything
still
I do
stand.
screams champion. The game into the headlock.
Just going to do this all day.
The force, my God.
Notice this. The moment the referee got knocked out, Michaels came charging into the ring.
Oh, it doesn't get more punishing than that. And he hits
There was
him with
no
the
hesitation on how quickly he got in there.
Oh,
That'll leave a mark. The game squeezing down on the head.
I mean, does Michaels really want his own tag partner standing tall, the former champion,
Batista is overconfident.
6 days before he's got to defend against him? That's the question. You know, they can work together at WrestleMania as much as they like, but it's an elimination style match, and obviously only one guy can come out in the WWE Championship. What happens when it comes down to Triple H and Shawn Michaels against each other?
oh.
The Batista special.
Holds locked in. Submission, but the ref
Triple H would never tap out, let's be honest. That is just not in his blood.
Oh man, that knee looked painful.
Batista got so mad at Shawn Michaels distracting the referee that he ended up attacking the floor instead. Well, that's Shawn Michaels back out of the picture. It's now just going to be these two one-on-one.
Batista has an almost demonic gaze.
I'm sure eventually it will go somewhere.
And his back now has to be screaming in pain. That'll do some damage.
It's been a very slow-paced slugger of a fight. Shawn Michaels might have provided just enough distraction to actually benefit Triple H in this match. He might have already done his job. Batista started this one off so strongly. Keeps trying to get back into it, but Triple H is the master of the reversal.
From behind. Oh my, just raw, unmitigated power. Ouch! And the game gets
Wasting
taken
absolutely no time laying in the hurt.
The game has the headlock. The game's in trouble.
You have to respect the confidence and poise Triple H is showing.
The game.
Do I? Do I have to respect those? Do I?
If you're not intimidated at the sight of a heavily muscled 6.5-foot animal like Batista, you better have your head examined.
I think we are a Batista bomb or a pedigree away from seeing this one come to an end at this point.
Driving his skull
This has
into the
gotten to a bit of a halt. This match has really slowed down. Both guys clearly running on empty. But it's evidently leaning now in Triple H's favor. Batista's clearly the kind that goes a little too hard, a little too fast, and wears himself out.
good in-ring presence shown by the game.
Oh, Batista's been busted wide
Uh-oh.
open.
I don't think he wanted to do that.
He drops the elbow.
Legends say that only motivates Batista more.
The force.
Wow, another massive chop. Why don't you drop a giant knee to the face whilst you're at it, Triple H? After all, you've shown such huge variety.
And winning.
To be honest, I really don't think there's actually that big of movesets in this game.
Batista into the head.
Can't really fault him too much for that.
Watch it, watch it. Wow, what a slam to the ground.
What the fuck are you doing, Batista? I know you got blood in your eyes, but jeez.
Oh, man.
And now the animal's looking to take flight.
Well, this is unusual.
He drops the elbow.
He got it. Animals can fly, depending on the animal.
Yes, DDT.
Whew.
There's nobody, and I mean
This could be
nobody.
it.
There's the pin. Can
It's
it
not.
hold it?
Even slightly.
The game goes behind.
I want Batista to look strong, damn it. Screw Triple H, he's looked strong enough.
In a shot to the solar plexus. The game controlling the waist.
Ouch, the back of the head.
Batista with the arm.
Put the lad over.
Oh, it doesn't get
Again.
more punishing than that.
Batista.
You've been
has
hit
the
with a
arm.
sledgehammer, man.
Uh-oh, what are we going to see here? Talk about an immovable object.
Of course.
Cerebral assassin is so ready for this.
Spear. Batista hit another spear.
He sure did.
Look at this.
Of course.
The animal was going for the Batista bomb, but then it was countered out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
You can see the mind turning. You have to
Get up,
wonder
get up,
what
get up.
Triple H has in store.
Ah! Fuck up my perfect finish.
Watch out here.
Should have just pinned him off the spear. You know what?
Batista controlling the head.
Oh, of course, I forgot. Every time I've attempted the bear hug again, he's just reversed it.
Being on a weird
I was gonna be like,
angle.
I'll just make him tap.
The game.
Triple H must go over. Hunter need win.
He's going for the pin.
Not happening, buddy. It's just not happening. You've put yourself over enough. I'm sure that the moment you lose, there'll suddenly be a restart to the match anyway. Wow, now there's a new move. And there's another one. If only he can keep whipping out fresh moves like that, I'll care 100 times more about this match.
There are so many ways that Triple H can
Oh boy. Gonna get that damn bear hug eventually. There we go.
Oh man, submission hold lock.
Make him pass out.
Tap out right here.
There you go. He tapped. Batista has now got a pinfall and a submission victory over Triple H. And if that doesn't say that Batista's ready for WrestleMania, I don't know what will. Calling it now. WrestleMania comes around. That guy's going to be celebrating with the WWE Championship. Absolutely unstoppable. Doesn't matter how outnumbered he gets. Doesn't matter what kind of situation he's thrown into. Batista will overcome the odds. Well, there you go. That's the final sight of the final Raw before WrestleMania. Will it be what happens at WrestleMania? We've only got 6 days to find out. First, let's go to the news. What kind of news have we got? If Everett wants to, you know, move on from this screen, would really love that. Thank you. Triple H and Batista's relationship has gotten even worse. For those curious, it is official, I'm afraid. MVP free agent. The day has come. As I said before, I want to send off people that deserve it. There's still quite a few people on the rosters that haven't had their send-offs yet, that haven't had their final losses. But they're getting there. For example, thinking on it actually, he's pretty much had his send-off. I think that final loss to Chavo was enough. I think he's had 10 losses now. Like, I think that's enough for Matt. He's not bouncing back from it. Just let it be over early. There's no point in dragging it out anymore. My main reason for wanting to get rid of them so quickly is the draft's coming up. I don't want to waste a draft pick on someone that's not going to be in the next one. Okay, so Alicia Fox went above Kelly Kelly with that win. Wow, that's taken a bit of a cut in size. How many of those are from which brand? So let's see, we've got the Hart Dynasty, DX, the Celtic Cross, Swagger and Regal, and Altitude Lines. We've got 5 from Raw, which means we've got 5 from SmackDown as well, right? Legacy, Jericho and Edge, Straight Edge Society, Show Miz, RVD, and Tatsu. Yes, there's 5 teams on each division, which is only 1 less than the women's, so I guess it's not so bad. No change in the US scene, no change in the WWE title scene. I like that Batista beat Triple H, and still Jack Swagger is the #1 contender. Okay, so in your not gonna happen ECW preview, we've got Kofi Kingston versus Drew McIntyre with Sheamus, Nemesis with Vance Archer versus Rob Van Dam with Yoshitatsu, and Wade Barrett and Justin Gabriel teaming up to fight Kane and Deneinful. Why would Wade Barrett and Justin Gabriel team up? I don't know. It has actually split the Nexus, so I really don't know why they'd team up, to be honest with you. I don't have a clue. Probably because they're still marked as allies. I'll need to fix that because... Oh no, they're not. They're not even marked as allies anymore. I don't know why it partnered them up. Yeah, it just deleted the Nexus all on its own. And I think the other one was Mark Henry and MVP, which obviously I deleted because MVP's gone. So, what can you expect on this week's episode of ECW? Well, we have, as I said earlier, a Beat the Clock themed challenge for both Chavo Guerrero and Zack Ryder, whoever can get their victory done the quickest, or even win their match for that matter. Obviously, if they lose, then they're automatically forfeiting their part of it. That person will get to choose what kind of a match they have at WrestleMania for the Cruiserweight title. That's what. Also, on ECW, in the main event, you can expect some more funny business from the ECW champion, Ezekiel Jackson. That's right, he is going to be in action once again as he goes one-on-one with the former ECW champion, returning from his injuries at the hands of Ezekiel Jackson. Yoshitatsu's back, baby, and he's fighting in the main event this week on ECW. We'll see you guys then. Bye!